Houston Cougars have a 25-point lead over Temple. The stage has been set for the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Heisman Trophy winner Derrick Henry carries the Alabama Crimson Tide into the title game against Deshaun Watson and the undefeated Clemson Tigers. Tune in Monday, January 11th at 8:30 on ESPN. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app. Well, Clemson could become the first FBS team to finish 15-0 as DeCozy gets rejected by Pollard.
With the quickness of Houston at on the perimeter and on the baseline, as well as giving Temple some issues. And you want to look at Gray and Johnson have outscored Temple on their own today, but it's been Houston's defense as well. Very underrated in my estimation. They have been pesky, communicating with each other and defending with resistance at the rim.
Here's LaRon Barnes, who's been sidelined for a few games this year due to a groin injury, and gave way for Gray into the starting lineup as Dingle checks in and is fouled by Pollard. We have another timeout on the floor, and it's all Houston in Philadelphia. And the JUCO transfer Rob Gray Jr. with 19 points, 7 of 13 from the field. A well-deserved break for him.
There's no question about the guard play of Houston. Houston has been the key, but again, their defense as a whole, their five-man defense, both in the zone and man, has given Temple a lot of issues today. They've got out, done a nice job of contesting the threes, and also very good on the backboards as well.
Brown for three.
It's been the second or third time today that Temple has worked the ball and found an open man on the perimeter. That time, Houston a little slow on the recovery on the weak side.
Here's Galen Robinson. His father, Galen Sr., played for Houston. He's in there for Johnson. Another well-deserved break for him with Gray. Knowles for three. The call on this end of the floor, it's going to be on Daniel Dingle of Temple.
This is a nice luxury for Kelvin Sampson, being able to put Johnson and Gray next to him for a few minutes. And Temple's bench is really not giving them anything today. Only 6 points on the day.
One player that they have silenced is Damian Dotson, who's a rebounding juggernaut. There he is with the ball up top here, but as you said, Tim, it's been all the guard play so far with Gray and Johnson both on the bench here. The true freshman Robinson gives it up. Dotson with the crossover on DeCozy. Misses the bunny, and there's Pop.
Dotson got all the way to the rim, just took his eye
It's Dingle's strength, and he finishes. He had a career-high 14 against Cincinnati.
Temple some way, somehow, just trying to find life, and Dingle was excellent against Cincinnati. And those veteran players, they've got to put their nose down, especially now with Gray on the bench with Johnson. An opportunity to maybe get back in this game.
Barnes with 7 to shoot. Post up Pollard. Mid-range jumper is good. That's his game.
That's his game. When he squares up, Daniel Dingle just gave him that little half step enough room.
And they're going to call an offensive foul. The charge taken by Knowles.
When it rains, it pours. And on one end of the floor, Dingle just doesn't do a good enough job. And then coming down the other end, just out of control. And Houston giving up their body. And Dingle just spinning, not understanding that the help has come from the backside.
Dingle was once the sixth man, but then tore his meniscus in his right knee. And there's Gray back of the game with Johnson for Kelvin Sampson. Wasn't 100% last year, Dingle, for Temple, but now embracing that role off the bench as Coleman's inserted into the starting lineup. Last year, he was off the bench in every game for Temple. Isolate Knowles. Draws the foul on Dingle, and that's the second on Dingle in the half, the third in the game.
Well, Damon Knowles has done a very good job today for Houston. Just was a younger player. He was all on the perimeter, just wanted to face up. But just see, he's been in the weight room and some pretty good footwork to draw the foul.
Yeah, you've mentioned that he's gotten stronger. Actually, his nickname affectionately is called Chicken. And a lot of fans at the Hop Heights Pavilion will have chicken signs in the arena. He was given that name by a coach in the Bahamas, and it grew with him when he was in high school from 9th to 12th grade in the Houston area. It's something that at first he didn't like, but now Chicken embraces it.
Well, Kelvin Sampson has the luxury now. He kind of moves his pieces around according to the matchups and who's playing. Well, he's got Dupree at 6'9". He's got he's got Knowles as well at 6'10", and also Meyer. So he's got some bigs in there. None of them are great, but also very, very effective, and they can support their good guard play.
Comes Gray in transition. And Sampson will settle down his half-court set. 16 to shoot here for the Cougars. Johnson on the give and go with Knowles over Naccionia and Jalen Bond.
Well, again, Knowles understanding where he is on the floor, just found that little crack in the defense, the ability to slither in and finish.
There's Trey Lowe checking in, wants his first three. Off the heel, Johnson, numbers for Houston. Dotson solos with the right hand. Largest lead now for the Cougars.
Well, again, Houston just seizing the opportunity in transition just to leak out and go the other direction quickly.
And with the basket by Brown, Temple wants to talk things over here, up by 27.
Well, Houston, first half it was the guard play. In the second half it's been energy with the defense and the pitch over the top, putting the dagger in Temple.